Hi everyone, I'm the Nub, and welcome to another episode of The Walking Dead, in which, as you should know by now, we're going to review the last week's Walking Dead episode. So 2 weeks ago we had a prison-based episode following the governor hunting down Andrea and catching her, sticking her into his torture dungeon, and also some hassle going on following Tyrese and Martinez. So this episode, which is the second last episode, the issue goes back to the prison. So we get to see what that group has been up to. We get to see Rick resigning his dictatorship, Merle and Michonne having a bit of a wander, and also wedding bells at the prison. So first of all, it opens with Rick genuinely considering handing Michonne over to the governor, sacrificing her for the good of everyone else, even though he blatantly knows it won't be enough. It seems a strange character decision, and he shares it with Old Man Who Isn't Dale and Daryl, both who are a bit around the idea, but he goes and tells Merle, and Merle will just do whatever people ask him to do, as long as it involves some kind of assault or murdering. So Merle bashes Michonne, sticks a hood on her head, and takes her wandering towards the Woodbury to give her up, go through the plan. What we get then in that is a lovely kind of two-hander between Michonne and Merle about the kind of role that Merle has betrayed. We find out that before the zombie outbreak, Merle hadn't killed anyone, and he actually only started killing people once he fell under the spell of the governor. This is enough for Merle to reconsider his ideas and decide to go on a murder mission. He lets Michonne go, gives her sword back, and drives to the arranged meeting place. Though he doesn't do it alone. He puts rock and roll music on and drags with him a load of zombies. Whilst they're causing some confusion, he takes the time to pick off 3, 4, maybe 5 guys from the Woodbury group, thinning their numbers out significantly. He then gets caught and gets bashed in by the governor. Whilst this is happening, Glenn asks Old Man Who Isn't Dale for whether he can marry his daughter, and decides in the most romantic way to essentially go grave robbing. He finds a zombie with a ring and goes, you know what, I'm sure she would appreciate somebody else's ring that I've clawed off an undead eating machine. And bizarrely she does. She finds it lovely romantic. He doesn't even go down on one knee. Ironically enough, not something her dad could do. But she says yes, and great. And all that means is they're probably going to, well, at least one of them is probably going to die, unfortunately. Weddings equal death. So look out for that in the cliffhanger episode. We may see them get married. It's probably going to mean the assault happens during the wedding, and they'll get their wedding vows off, and then one of them will die. So, spoilers. Spoilers on my prediction. And the last bit of the episode, because the vast majority is focused on Merle and Michonne, is Rick resigning his dictatorship. He goes and tells the rest of the group that, hey, I was going to sacrifice somebody. Maybe I shouldn't be making the decisions. Yeah, you're right, Rick. You shouldn't. Really, it should be a group decision. You shouldn't be going ahead and going, yeah, well, she joined us last in, first out. That's the rules. So I'm surprised nobody has tried a coup d'etat so far on him. Yes, he is powerful, but he's been going mental all series. He's been seeing his ex-wife, which he again does in this episode. So it's a little bit eyebrow raising. He's like, hey, I'm crazy. I don't want to be in charge anymore. Hopefully that should mean next series, Tyrese and Rick battling it out for leaders, sharing ideas. That'd be awesome. So, good points on this episode. It's another Michael Rooker excellent piece of work. He's a fine actor whilst playing the sinister badass as he does in the prison segments, to then kind of the emotional wreck once it gets pointed out to him that really all he has been doing is following idiots' orders to kill people. His redemption arc, which you could probably say is complete. I'd like to see plenty more of him, but unfortunately he dies. He gets caught by the governor's men, and the governor shoots him, probably in the chest, I think, because then at the end he turns into a zombie, tries to attack Daryl, and Daryl sticks a knife through his face. Daryl's acting in this, Norman Reedus, is fantastic. He breaks down but still manages to get the job done, and he's in tears. The emotion overtakes him, and he ends up stabbing his brother a few times in the face. So the interaction between those two have been fantastic. The show is going to miss Michael Rooker's presence, as he is one of the powerhouse actors, him and David Morrissey. But, oh well, that's kind of his arc done. It was coming. The actress who plays Michonne is pretty good in this episode as well. She is known she's going to get kind of wandered to her death, but she's still pretty calm about it. She decides to just kind of talk it out, doesn't try and escape. There's a lovely little kind of fight scene outside of a little motel, in which she really doesn't just like untie herself with her free hands, but she gets a nice little kind of a Highlander style kill in which she chops somebody's head off. Does she get the powers? No, but there can only be one, as we all know. And really, that's about it that was going on in this episode. I wouldn't say it felt like padding, because it was mainly down to Merle and Michonne, and that took the vast majority of it. But there really wasn't much about kind of the pre-war plans. Hopefully, what was going to have to be, we've got one episode left. Shit's going to have to go down then. So it really kind of, I wouldn't even say it kind of pushed people kind of where they need to be. See, again, I don't want to call it filler, because the Merle and Michonne bit is so good, but it was kind of to the detriment of the rest of the characters. So hopefully the next episode, which is the final one of the series, we'll actually get to see some chaos going on. And let's hope they don't have unlimited shotgun bullets like the finale of Series 2. So, Friday, 10 o'clock, Fox, watch the last episode. Hopefully it'll be good, and I'll be here probably the next couple of days afterwards and whinging about it, because that's what I do best. So cheers everyone, let me know what you think, what your thoughts are, opinions, all that kind of lovely fun stuff. And just see you later.